Okay, let's talk about word search. So without any consideration, this question is pretty good. So you are given a 2D array, 2D board. So you're going to check if my words inside the board, right? So how do I do the first things is I need to make sure I search the first character inside the word, right? So when I equal to 0 and I less than board.length I plus plus for j equal to 0, j less than board dot board dot 0 dot length and then j plus plus. So if s dot word dot char at 0 is equal to the board ij, if this is true, and I can recursion, right? I can do the recursions, but in this case I'm going to call depth first search because I'm not adding, I'm not deleting, I'm just modifying. So I need a board. What I need a position I and position j, right? And also the word and the index, and I will just index. You can name it differently, but if the first character is equal to the board, right, and if I finish this function and all of the word is traversed inside the grid. So if I find a word, so imagine I find A, right, and I'm going to see if my next character is in my neighbor, which is B. Oh yeah, true. C, yes. And then C again, right? C, yes. How about E? So I'm go up, left, right, down, right? So I found it, and then I keep going D. So you will go for different direction for each iteration, and that will be the case for SEE, right? How about this? A, B, C, D, A, B, C. Okay, there's no D, so you will return false at the end. So you will return something when you are not found, right? So I'm going to write this function first. So when you find a word, you will just return true at this position. You start from index 0, and let's just return true right here, and let's just return false right here. So let's talk about the index. Okay, if index is equal to the word length, this means you find the word, you return true. So what do you actually need? So I need to know if, for example, I need to know when I go through here, right, and my neighbor are not D, because I'm going to modify the string. If I use this character, I'm going to modify it to something else, because I will reuse on my second iteration, right? So I'm going to check my neighbor, and if my neighbor doesn't modify this character, I will reuse it, right? So what I would do, I will just create a temp to store my current I, current j, so current character, right? So I'm going to modify the character to dots, okay, or space. Space is easier for me, okay. So I will go for different direction, right? So for different direction will be, this will be a little bit messy, but let's do it. So index will be +1, right? And I also need to know if I'm going to write, right? If I'm going to write is j +1, right? Come on, okay, j +1, and so I use OR because I could find a way out, right? I don't need to use an N for 4 different directions. If I find one possible way, right, I can just keep searching, right? So that would be the first. This is going up, right? And this is going down, and this is going to the bottom. Okay, this is going right, this is going left, and this is going down. This is going up. Okay, if I found it, if all of my function, the recursion code are true, I just return found, right? But if it didn't found it, right? If it didn't found it, I need to store it, right? I need to restore it. So if I found it at this position, I will just return true, right? So I am not worried about my non-successful way. So I need to also worry about my position, right? It should not be out of bound, right? So I less than 0 or I greater or equal to border length. What you actually need to do is you return false, and that is for I, right? How about J? You can definitely write in one line, but that would be too long for me to type on the screen, sorry. And you will return false. And also, if the word is not matched, right, border I, J is not equal to word char at index, right? If they are not matched, I'm not going to return true, so I'm return false right here. If they are not matched, I return false. If they are matched and the index keep increasing, so you will just return true. So let's run it and let's see. Okay, it's pretty standard, but it's pretty hard for sure. If you practice a lot, you will definitely pass it. So I pass. So let's talk about time and space. Space, you are not using any space, right? You definitely know I'm just create temporary variable. And the space, okay, let's talk about 2 for loop. So all of n doesn't matter, right? M times n, right? And I recurse 4 different 4 times on the recursion on the function, right? And I would say 4 to the L. Why? What's L? L is the length of the word. So the total time will be all of m times n time for L. And 4 to L or 4L? Let me check. So it should be 4 to L. Sorry. So it's recursion. So it's not just. It's 4 to L. So 4 to the L. That will be the solution. And just make sure if you are not confirmed, you can check the discussion. It's helpful that you're reading other people comment, and just don't struggle by your own. Think smart. Okay, that's the idea. And 4 to the L n times m for time. Space is all of 1, and there's a solution. And